Hello and welcome. I'm Parul Sharma and you're watching Zoom TV. Today I have with me a superhero and his maker. Please join me in welcoming Tovino Thomas and Basil Joseph. Hi guys, welcome.
Hi.
Thank you so much. Hi.
So firstly, huge congratulations. The movie is funny, relatable, fantastic and larger than life. Hooting and cheering.
Okay, so you enjoyed it.
Absolutely. And how?
Thank you.
Basil, let me dive right in with you. Where did the idea of creating this regular superhero sort of come? What was the seed of inception?
2018, it was like one of our writers, Arun, came up with the idea of creating a superhero in a regional setting. So we had this confusion in the beginning that like should we go ahead with this, because it's like it's a very it needs so much of effort from everyone. For it's like it will take a couple of years of effort for to pull this off, especially in an industry like Malayalam, where we have so much restrictions in terms of budget
Right.
and things like that. But then we went on to make it with the confidence of the producer and the actors who have associated with the movie,
Right.
and all the technicians. So with all the support and that mindset we had to give that extra effort for the movies, so that we can pull this off within the budget. Even though it's a big budget in Malayalam compared to
Yeah,
the
and I was going to say that it is a bit of a bigger budget, larger than life than normal budgets, I would say.
in Malayalam.
Yeah,
but
in
for,
Malayalam
But for a superhero genre, to make it convincingly, because people are very used to watch this genre comes from the Western, especially US. So the genre is very popular there, and they have seen enough superhero movies already.
Absolutely.
Big budget movies. So our budget, even though it's big in our industry standards, it's typically 1/100th of what the budget usually
Right.
spent.
1/100th. What's the budget of a movie? 1/1000.
What is the budget of the movie? I mean, since we're skirting around the elephant in the room, batai
No,
do.
no. Like we know that the budget of superhero movies outside India, it's around 1,500 crores.
Yeah, easy.
Or
Yeah.
2,000 crores.
So we are nowhere near. We have to make the movie maybe
1% or 2%.
in a budget where they make a budget of one of their sequence in the movie.
Yes.
So that's something
Right.
we had to pull off.
It's a definite problem to have, yeah.
Yeah. So, but the people will surely compare, because we cannot stop them from comparing, because the superhero genre demands that.
It's such a mammoth to tackle, really, yes.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Tovino, from a software engineer to a beloved movie star, how did this journey happen? Why did you feel like this was the career path you needed to take?
So being a software engineer, I could sense that I'm not going anywhere.
I'm not very happy here.
I was not happy. Like I didn't want to live my life. Like every day I had to sit in one particular chair in one cubicle with a laptop and a land phone.
Right.
That's not the life I wanted. If someone for someone who wants that life, they'll be happy. I was not happy at all. I
Right.
was not enjoying it. I always felt that I don't fit into that space.
Sure.
And I'm someone who gets bored very easily. So I didn't want to spend my rest of my life being bored.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any connections like to the film industry. I didn't even know a production executive or a production boy or spot boy. I knew no one from the industry.
Right.
But I always wanted to be an actor. I always dreamt of being an actor.
Were you like into plays and stuff in school, or was there some kind of acting bug or some dramatic? Because all of us in this profession, somehow we have been dramatic in our childhoods. We know extra hote hain. We're all like extra.
Well, I was not.
So, oh, you were not.
No, I was an introvert until my 6th or 7th standard.
Right.
Then I had some life experiences which gave me enough time to think,
Sure.
enough time to realize how important the life is, how important every minute in the life is.
Absolutely.
And then I started pushing my limits. I started it back then when I was 12. And I still have the traits of introverts. But
I can kind of tell.
okay. But I'm right now. You can call me an ambivert. Maybe I've worked my way up to it, and I was not a part of any school plays or sports or arts. No, I was not. But after my life experiences, which I had in 12th standard, when I was 12 years old,
Right.
then I started pushing my limits, and in 8th standard I started participating in sports events and I started winning. That gave me confidence. And in 9th standard I was assistant school leader, which I could have never even dreamt of
Right.
when I was 11-year-old or
Of course.
before that life experiences. And, that's how I started. Then in 10th standard I was school leader. In 11th standard I was school leader. So my
You
life
really
changed.
had a rise to fame,
it's
huh?
like my life actually flipped.
Yeah.
And but even when I was an introvert, I wanted to be an actor because I was so much fascinated about movies,
Right.
the process. My place is Iringalkuda in Thrissur,
Right.
where a lot of Malayalam movie shootings happen. So my father used to take me, my brother, my sister, and my mother. We used to go and watch this process of shooting.
And it was fascinating from then.
Yes, the movies in certain movies which I saw the process of shooting when I watched it in the theater, it was completely different.
Right.
Like it all depends on what is in the frame.
Right.
A man standing alone, we see that in the movie as a man standing alone, but there will be 100 people around him.
Around, of
So
course.
it's all the magic. So in every stage of filmmaking, there is a magic, from scripting to performances, editing, music. Every stage there is a magic,
Right.
and I was fascinated by the whole process of filmmaking. But I was coming from a middle class family with no film connections. I was even scared to dream about being an actor. I was scared to tell anyone. I told this to my own brother after my engineering. So
That takes a lot.
he's
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
best friend
Right.
to my girlfriend after engineering, to my best friends, to my cousins after engineering. I was not even brave enough to tell them. Like they'll call me mad. So I come from that kind of a surrounding, and
Got it. Yeah.
from there I'm generally a laid back person.
Yeah.
But if I'm interested in something, if I want something,
You go for it.
I go for it. I do whatever I
I
can.
mean, hearing all of that, I can see the switch makes sense now because it's weird to think when you don't know the background, but honestly, hearing all of that, I get it. You know, for the fact that India is so diverse as a country and we have so many film industries within our country, it seems that usually on a global stage, it is Bollywood that represents us, like because of sheer scale and the amount of movies that we sort of churn out. Why do you both think that is, and do you think it is a fair and accurate representation because we are made up of so many different regions and film industries?
India might be the only country having this much film industries.
Absolutely.
And we did a movie called Kilometers and Kilometers. It's available on Netflix. So
Casual plug.
in that, I was one of the producers also. So
Right.
we acted as friends in that, and we had to travel a lot to shoot that movie. It's a travel movie starting from Kerala.
Right.
So we shot in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Goa, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Daman and Diu, and the climax portion of the tail end happens in Ladakh. So every 400 meters we travel in India, the culture changes, the language changes. Every 400 kilometers I'm sorry. So every 400 kilometers we travel, everything changes. The way they dress changes, the things they eat changes, the way
Yeah.
they speak, the attitude changes. So I have traveled in many other countries, but I have never seen this much diverse cultures in any other country.
Absolutely.
And that gives us immense possibilities. We have this much film industries. From all these film industries, there are beautiful, exceptional
Yet Bollywood
movies
is the
coming.
only one that sort of mostly gets the shine, at least on a global platform, right? When you talk about
but
it.
that's because the language Hindi is spoken by majority of the people in North India.
Right.
Only Malayalis speak in Malayalam.
Right.
Or only Tamilians speak in Tamil. So we have this, but we have all our regional movie industries produce strong contents. So I
Absolutely.
think when someone says film industry, Indian film industry, it's including the regional film industries. That I'm representing Malayalam industry, but outside India, I'm representing Indian industry.
Absolutely. Basil, what about you?
Yeah, the language barriers have been slowly diminishing with the arrival of OTT platforms. Or also, filmmakers are being more responsible now because the movies are being watched across the globe,
Right.
not just the regional audience. So, filmmakers have to push their limits ahead, push their bars ahead to make sure they get connected to all the audience, not just
Absolutely.
being a race. So, it's like local is international now. Whatever you say within your cultural setting or local setting or regional setting, the emotions you are dealing with, if it is emotion that universal, it can connect to relate to people across the globe. I think the movies can cross any barriers. The language is not going to be a restriction anymore.
Absolutely.
And so the remake culture is slowly going to fade away. More every language movie have their own identity, and there is no thing called this is the big industry, this is a smaller industry,
Absolutely.
nothing like that. Any industry can make big budget or whichever the budget they want to make the movie in. All just they just want to do is make sure it connects to people across the globe, across the world. Like the movies like KGF, Bahubali, they have all
Absolutely, yeah.
hit the chords with the right budget.
And
with
they're
the
the
right
biggest
people.
ones actually that have come out of this country, really.
Yeah, those are all regional movies. So yeah.
Why do you think that like the superhero genre in general is a really large one to tackle, and the Indian film industries have really not been able to tap into? I mean, I feel till now that
We have made very good.
we have,
yeah.
but like not to the scale of and the possibilities that we know, like a Marvel universe or a DC universe, you know, like, and we have the budgets, we have the crews, we have the audiences, we have all of that. So why do you guys think that we have not been able to make the most of it just yet? And I'm hoping that Minnal Murali kind of changes that, but you know.
There is always a scope, definitely in Indian movie industry, because we have good talent. As you have said, we have good budget. Only thing we have to break is the make things original, because the genre is experimented quite a lot, because it's the most commercial genre in the world. The kind of business an Marvel movie makes every year is like huge. So
Yeah.
it's like every 6 months they're releasing, or 3 months maybe, they are releasing a new movie within their franchise.
Web shows, everything, yeah.
Yeah, so the best directors in the world are hired by the franchisees to make the movies. So the best technicians are thinking about superheroes all the time. So
Absolutely.
to create something original with this competitive genre, it's very difficult. So if we have filmmakers who can come up with original ideas to break that genre, then we do have enough scope. We cannot just go on and replicate a Marvel or a
Absolutely.
DC comic movie. That's where we have to think out of the box to make sure
We
it
can
looks
make
original.
movies in two different ways. One getting inspired from other movies, one getting inspired from our surroundings,
Absolutely.
from life. So we have tried the second way.
You definitely have. So, Mollywood is, of course, filled to the brim with talented actors, directors, all of that. I want to know who is a contemporary or a co-star or just an actor you haven't worked that you would love to sort of work with, who you really respect, and same for you, a director that you really respect their work and, you know, love to watch their stuff.
In Mollywood.
Yes.
Nollywood. Even though I have worked with Fahad Fazil, I would like to work with him again.
Right.
Because what I believe is, when you act with exceptionally good actors, you cannot like act in a very bad way. We can reciprocate to whatever he is doing, and our performance will look good.
Absolutely.
There are actors like that. So I worked with him once. I would like to work with him again and again. I'm a huge fan of Fahad Fazil.
We all are.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would love to work with Mohanlal, with some actor I liked watching when I was a child. I grew up watching his movies along with Priyadarshan
Right.
and Satyanandikar. Srinivasan. So I have influenced quite a lot in my career. And of course, I love Mammootty as an actor
Yes.
as well. Uh, but I would love to make more movies with these people. You will not get that opportunity quite a lot. So maybe.
Lots
sometime.
see to be
I
explored.
said Fahad's name just because you asked contemporaries. If you had given me the
Oh,
option of
there's
seniors,
a large
if
list.
you had asked me
Say,
about the
say.
seniors,
Anybody.
obviously Mamuka and Lalitan. When I act with them, I look good for sure. My acting will look good.
Okay.
But seniors, if I work with them, I'll get to learn a lot of things. Like I've worked with Lalitan and I've seen the process. I haven't got the chance to work with Mamuka yet, but I have seen them acting in front of the camera from outside, and I'm learning a lot from them. And from Prithviraj, I worked with him in 2-3 movies. I worked in his directorial debut, and
Right.
he's an amazing actor and also an amazing director. And I learned a lot from him, and many of my thoughts are influenced from him.
I want to know some developments from you. What is coming up next? Because your fans really want to know. Anything who you're going to be starting with, what's happening next, where are we going to see you?
So my next release would be Naradan, directed by Ashik Kabu. I worked with Ashik Kabu in Mayanadi, Virus, and in Naradan, and we have one more on the cards. So I'm very excited about that movie. I'm not allowed to speak a lot, and I'm not allowed to give out spoilers.
Sure,
but
sure.
yeah, again, we are trying our best to bring that movie at least on a pan-Indian level.
Right.
I hope after Minnal Murali, Naradan gets even more visibility.
Right.
And you don't have to wait much. It's releasing in Jan.
Last, we're going to play a fun superhero game because if we don't in this movie, then what will we? We'll do a rapid fire sort of situation, okay?
Okay.
Who were your favorite superheroes growing up?
Superman.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
What would your ideal superpower be and what would you do with it?
Fly.
We saw in the movie how well that worked out for you. Want to rethink that one?
Maybe Minnal Murali will learn to fly. You don't know.
Maybe. If you could make an Avengers type of cast with actors from all across all the Indian film industries, who would your ideal cast be? Contemporaries, seniors, juniors, everything. Give me like 5-6 actors each. Or you can combine and make one big supercast.
Yeah, we'll definitely have Krish, Hrithik Roshan.
Yeah.
And if possible,
sure.
Mr. India too.
Why not? Yeah, Mr. India is already there, and Bhavesh Joshi is already there. We have
Surya from Mard Ko Dat Nahi Hota.
Yes.
also we have Indiran, Mr. Rajnikant.
Of course.
So
Oh my god, the cast is getting like so
something
big.
huge.
Yeah, with this cast, the business will be fine. Netflix
international.
will buy this, right?
Okay, and one crossover is required. I'm going to name some superheroes for you and you guys have to tell me which Bollywood actor you would cast as that superhero, okay? Because okay, who would you guys cast as Spider-Man?
From Bollywood, no?
Yes.
Ayushmann Khurrana.
Huh.
That's a good one. Superman? Don't give same answers, both of you. Different.
You try that.
Superman.
You are the Superman fan.
If Hrithik Roshan can do 2 characters,
Yeah.
one would
He
be
can do
Superman.
anything.
Yeah.
Superman, he looks better than Superman. Okay.
I agree. Definitely.
But
Okay.
yeah,
Ritik, okay. What about you?
I would have gone for Hrithik, so please.
You're like Siamese twins, huh? Same thing you're saying. Okay, Wonder Woman.
Priyanka
Priyanka
Chopra.
Okay, did you rehearse this? What's going on?
no, she has actually asked Basil to go and meet her with the script. We had a chat and she said that in the chat. We have proof. Basil, is the script ready?
Okay, cool. Batman.
Ranveer Singh? Yeah,
Yeah, he's a good Ranveer or Ranbir?
Ranveer Singh.
Ranveer.
Ranbir Kapoor is doing Brahmastra already. He's
No,
playing.
but
a
that
super
doesn't
hero.
matter. We are casting. We're doing our own casting. That's
Okay,
fine.
Ranbir Kapoor or Ranbir Singh?
Yeah, I'll
Yours
go
is
for
Ranbir.
Ranbir.
Ranbir
Yeah.
and
Sure.
Ranbir.
Okay. Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Radhika Apte.
Oh, that's a really good one.
Good choice.
That's also a good one. That'll be an interesting one to see. Iron Man.
Salman Khan.
Shah Rukh Khan. Okay.
Thank you so much for joining me, guys. This was an absolute pleasure and good luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Nice
We had a nice conversation. Thank you so
conversation
much.
with you. Thank you so much.